I feel like ever since I came back home, I was going through a lot of things where I feel like in my religion, I feel like God was kind of like trying to get my attention, trying to like pull me back to being like where I grew up. Because I grew up going to church and all that stuff, but I feel like it was so many things that God was trying to get my attention. Like I was working, and then I was out of work for a little bit, or whatever, because I was kind of putting my job and money first before my religion. Like at least like balancing that time to like go to church or whatever, and still be able to go make a bag and all that. But most importantly, I was praying a lot, and I was praying that like with me coming back to church that I wasn't like a lukewarm type of Christian. Like I wasn't living 80-20, and I wasn't um like trying to be a casual Christian, like come to church and just check off my boxes. So how it started was I was just praying to like get involved in the ministry and get involved in being around church more and just making a commitment to God, just praying, building my relationship with Him. I started finding like joy in connecting with kids that want to come to church, but kind of think that nobody understands them because of what they go through. Like I was on a bus route that they came in Pensacola, picking them up, bringing them to church and all that stuff. Um, just outreaching different people, trying to get more people to, get saved and all that. But for me, Bible college, since I want to be a pastor, like Bible college is, you don't have to, but Bible college is a way where it trains you. It's like grounds your foundation in the Bible. It it brings you to an understanding of how to preach, because like preaching is like it's an art. It's almost like an art, like how you deliver the messages. Like you can stand up there and be like, John 3:16 says this, but if you stand there and you actually like get into it, and there's different techniques and there's different ways that you can emphasize certain points, certain doctrines of the Bible, and it's not even just that; it's just an all-around like training on how to spread the word of God and head into ministry in the right way. Um, so for me, I feel like just coming back to church and like wanting to devote like my life to like, serving God and serving what I'm supposed to do as a Christian, which is minister the gospel. Um, I was praying a lot of just surrendering to the ministry. Like God, like here's my like you have my will. Like whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And after I think like a month, I went up to Indiana to the first. Uh, it's called First Baptist Church of Hammond, Indiana. Their church fills up like 20,000 people.
What made you go up there?
So it was like a conference that uh, the new pastor, the new Spanish pastor at my church, he he took like 9 of us. That was his home church before he came to help out my church. He was an assistant pastor in the Spanish congregation, and my mom, I didn't even really want to go at that. It was kind of weird. Like I didn't really have the urge like, do I want to go to this conference? It's called Servants Conference, so it's like people's training into the ministry. Like it has different workshops and all that stuff. It was like a 4-day event. There was double preaching, so there was like 2 messages at night, a message in the morning, and you had it's like right there. It's like 30 minutes away from Chicago, so it's like the like I think it's Crown Point, Indiana. I don't know if you know about that, but it's a so the people that like are known or at least know about like fundamental independent Baptist churches, they definitely know about that one because that's the one where it has the largest Sunday school. So anyway, I wanted to go up there just to like to be honest, kind of to please my mom, but also to like to get away from Jersey for a little bit, like a little vacation. I didn't think that I was gonna surrender to preach out there, but through the second message that was preached, a preacher, Rick Finley, was giving a message, and at the end of the message, it basically, there was a time where the head pastor of the church, John Wilkerson, had said, has anybody been feeling like God's been dealing with you to surrender to the ministry? And then the second thing after that was, has anybody been feeling like God's been dealing with you to surrender to be a preacher? If he has, come down and we'll have to pray with you. So like I wrestled with myself for like a split second, but I in my own heart, it's not because like we don't believe in superstition, so I feel like that was God working through the spirit and just pushing me to take that step. In my heart, I feel like in my belief, I feel like I feel a burden, like there's more people that need to hear about the gospel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like God gave me the gift of talking too much for a reason. You feel me?
But it's a dangerous position.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a stressful position.
It's stressful, dangerous. Anything that gives out information is dangerous, especially when you could attract the people.
Mm-hmm.
A person really likes you, they're gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
If they listen, you can tell them any bullshit.
Yeah.
And they'll run with that shit.
And that's why it's like good to have gone through so much within churches, to have witnessed so much to like within churches. But us, the younger generation, we have to fix what we have to fix and break the cycle of what the generation above us, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Kind of like messed up on. And when it comes to like celebrities that have that platform and they just spread and what's the word I'm looking for? Like influence, like bad things to generations.
Your generation is considered the worst generation right now.
Yo,
and it's gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse.
You know, because you're in the 20s generation. What's that? Gen X, I think it is.
No, it's like millennial.
Yeah. Y'all are gonna suffer with mental issues.
Yeah.
Like a lot of drugs, a lot of confusion. So y'all got it a little bad. I never see no. I was talking someone this. I talk someone this shit every day. I never see no shit like this in my life. My generation was like laughter, joke. When violence got involved, it's because someone really violated.
Yeah.
Y'all literally crashing out. Wake up in the morning.
For no reason.
I ain't get no cereal.
I hate my
kill
life.
Like y'all scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Drugs is y'all best friend. Y'all don't even talk to people. Y'all just y'all gonna smoke some weed or you know. It's like y'all go through a lot of mental shit, and I don't understand why. You know.
Yeah. And for me, like the Bible talks about in 2 Corinthians 5:17, it talks about that every new man in Christ is a new creature. So like with the verse, it's basically, it doesn't say it specifically word for word, but the verse is talking about when you're saved, everything that happened before you, like I know that these in my, it's not ungodly, it's just
a tattoo?
Yeah, like or let's put it this way, how I used to live my life before wasn't the right way. I was living in, like what we would call living in sin. The feeling of condemnation, the feeling of like, yo, I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not that. Mm-hmm. You can lift that off of your shoulder because once you're saved, it's like you have a clean, God forgives you for your sins, God died for your sins, so it's like a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? You want to start doing things the right way. For me, I feel like, because I was saved at 7 years old, I wasn't really acting the right way. I wasn't acting like the kid that like I grew up to be. I let like influences in the world kind of take me to a different path.
Well, you said 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 was a kid. That's a baby.
Yeah, so like you don't necessarily understand doctrine at that age. You know?
You don't understand shit.
Yeah.
Listen, you got people in their 20s that don't understand life. So 7 is nothing.
Yeah.
My daughter's 10. She don't understand nothing right now.
Yeah.
And you don't want a kid to understand none at that age. You don't want that pressure.
Nah.
You know, a parent's
You want to
job.
kind of keep them away from things,
Yes.
but then once their mind is able to handle it, that's when you're able to be like, hey, like this is what's right and wrong. This is just so when. And I've never raised a kid, but like from my nephews, like they're 4. I can't tell them specific things. I could try to like teach them, but when they're old enough to understand, then they'll kind of grasp everything you're telling them. Just like I was able to grasp the message, grasp the scriptures as I'm older. You know what I mean?
I blame parents for a lot that happens in kids' life.
Yeah.
If a kid is young, they suffering, it's the parents' job to stop that suffering.
Yeah.
Why are you suffering? What did we do? What are you going through? Do you need help? You know? Even if a kid is overweight, I blame the fucking parent.
Yeah.
You should have put your kid in sports. Like, up to a certain age, you can blame the parents, you know, because the parents is raising you to be a person.
Yeah.
You know? So, nah, at your young age, it wasn't your fault. Now as you get older, now
it's like you know right or wrong.
Now it's starting to become your fault. Cause how old you now? 20 what?
20. I'm turning 21 in October.
Okay, so yeah. Now it's a little bit of your fault because you're still growing.
Yeah.
The average human being don't fully develop until the age of 24, I think it is, or 25.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not even fully developing shit. You're still trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah. So like when it comes to like people that the kids and that's a great like topic because like when there's kids and parents that like I look at what I was raised understanding was that when I'm growing up, I'm a representation of my parents. I'm a representation of my parents' last name. So when I walk outside and I'm acting like this or looking like this or talking like this, they're gonna think my parents taught me that. They're gonna think that my parents don't care or whatever. So it's like I can understand a little bit of the defiant kids, but you've known me since I was 10. I've acted like a kid, but I've never had those times where I was like, yo, that kid is bad. You know what I mean? Like
I won't say that as a kid. I would say you were very like inquisitive. Like you asked a lot of questions and you know, it was actually good. Like you was a nosy kid, which was good. Yeah. And that's how you grow. You grow from being nosy.
Yeah.
You asked me the craziest question. I'm like, how do you even know this? Like, how do you even see that? To some people, you know, it probably was annoying, but to me, I seen through that shit. I said, nah, he wants to learn.
Yeah.
Right now, I got a kid that comes in here every day. He's 13 years old. I'm teaching Zal how to cut hair right now. Yeah. Every day he comes to me. Like, those are different type of kids. These kids are apparently going to be geniuses in the future. Yeah. You know?
Me, like, when I want to go to barberpage, I want to, like, get my doctors in theology and understand, like, theology. And I also want to do biblical counseling. But the college that I want to go to, I'm going to go to, it's an accredited one, so it'll help you. Like, they give you trades to go along with that. So you can study, like, I can study cosmetology, I can study cars, I can study HVAC, you know what I mean?
I studied a little bit theology. A little bit, then I switched over to theology.
There's also like evangelism, which is like understanding all religions, you know what I mean?
That's why I tapped into every religion. Yeah. Where I found what I like. I was going crazy at one time with the whole religion thing. Yeah. You know? And it's scary because sometimes you get too deep into it and you can lose people. Because now you're starting to see things and then you start disliking people. You start thinking you're better than people. Yeah. Religion's a dangerous thing. Yeah. Like, so you just have a whole argument in the barbershop over religion.
Yeah, because, and that's the thing, like, you're Muslim, I'm Christian. We, like, I know that the Quran has a part where it says, like, that, it's not like, oh, respect, like, bow down, but it's like, you know, respect, not
respect every book.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 5 books.
And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, how the dude was carrying himself, it wasn't even like he was trying to, like, have a conversation. It was like, your way's wrong, this, and I'm like, that's why people are scared to get into religion. Because there's people that put themselves on a high pedestal, like, I know everything, I can't be debunked, I can't be told something, like, that's not how you should be thinking. In life in general.
See, I'm a different type of person now. most parents, right? You can't tell most parents about their kids.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best kids in the world until they fuck around and kill someone or rape someone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh shit, that's my son didn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not that parent. If you came and told me that my kids did something, I probably 50% believe you. I'm not gonna sit here and put them on a high pedestal. They're human beings.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are not perfect. My kids are not innocent. Same thing with religion. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you like I met God myself. I have my own personal relationship with God. You have your own personal. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. God never came down in the parking lot and said, "Yo, listen, stop studying this. Christian is right."
Yeah.
Because one of us could really be wrong.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sports team. It's too many of them to say this is the best sports team. It's too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't live life like that. Nah.
Yeah.
I respect. I want to listen. I'm just more like until to learn.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with no one over no religion. Who was the best dressed? Like, it's just stupid. I don't argue no more.
And me, that's where I get that like wanting to learn stuff from my dad. Like I always wanted to, when my dad was working on cars when I was younger, I always wanted to mess with the tools and be like, oh, let me fix it. I seen you do it 3 times, let me fix it, let me do it, let me help you. But he used to tell me like, just wait, just watch and just learn. And I thank him for that. Like I don't have any regrets of how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
Only because of the fact that I see how some of these kids are gentle parented and they like they're baby, and it's like you're not teaching them nothing but that you're always like, I look at this like, if my mom and my dad, God forbid, pass away and they're not here, I'll be hurt, but I have enough tools to be able to say like,
I can survive.
you know what I mean? Like I know, bro, one of the biggest things that I can't come to terms with is like dudes not knowing how to iron their shirt. Like
your shirt.
Not knowing how to iron their shirt, not knowing how to wash their laundry, and just like cook. Like
That's the babysit.
Look, if you can watch on YouTube how to make a 2K player, you could honestly learn how to cook too. Like half of my meals that, besides me learning how to cook since I was young, I look on YouTube. Like if I want to, or TikTok. Like, I don't have TikTok anymore. But if like I go on YouTube or something, I'll look up like, I cook baked mac and it's called garlic buffalo tenders, and I learned that completely off of that. But they smack. You know what I mean?
Well, mostly boys are enabled like that. When you think about it, a mother usually babysits their boys.
Yeah.
Mothers are jealous. Your mothers do not saying per se your mother, but a mother don't want her boy to leave the nest.
Mm-hmm.
You bring a girl to the house, she likes your girl, but she low-key don't like your girl.
Cause
you're taking my son away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And fathers are the same way with their daughters.
Yeah.
Man, they want to hang out with my boyfriend. Your boyfriend? I thought we used to go to the movies together. They're low-key jealous. So mothers usually babysit their boys. It's okay to babysit a girl because she's a woman. But sometimes you babysit these boys, they end up being bitches.
Yeah, and they never end up growing up.
Yeah, and a lot of these boys are usually mama's boys. They need to be daddy's boys. Go with your father.
Yeah.
Go out and hunt.
Mm-hmm.
They ready to stay in the house under their mother, and that's how they end up being bitches.
Yeah,
You
like,
gotta go outside.
There's a difference between loving your mom, respecting your mom, having a great relationship with her, and then being babied by your mom.
Yeah.
Because my dad, like, he always taught me 8 in the morning, you know, come outside, help me with this car. I would go to the farmer's market. I would just spend time with him. My brothers, like, I would spend time with my brothers. I would spend time outside getting dirty. Like, these kids, and I'm 20, but, like, the group below me, and even some above me, like, early 20s, they be acting like how I'm necessarily supposed to act. And I don't even act like that. But being on the game all day, and, like, being satisfied, I think I'm touching almost into like hustling, but like if you got 24 hours in a day and you spent only 4 of them at work, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like a 4-hour shift job, and don't get me wrong, like I'd rather people be in work, but like they're not out of work. But if you're just kind of going into this like new routine where like yo going and impressing people and being on the game is more important than me trying to get to the next level and all stuff like
It's not fair.
yeah.
Listen, life is a game. The
Yeah.
more people bullshit your age group, it makes you look better. You understand? Because now it's 20 y'all going for a job interview, 19 of them can't make it because they was in the game.
Yeah.
You're on a different level. Even filling the application out, you fill that shit out different. You're gonna get the job. So don't worry about them. Let them keep fucking their life over.
Like right now, like me and my job, I manage people that are like almost twice my age, and they can't fathom listening to someone my age. And my bad.
And now that's good, huh?
Listening to someone my age tell them what to do. You know what I mean? And I'm not coming. I'm nobody, so I'm not sitting here like trying to put myself on a higher pedestal. But it's like if you're okay where you're at, that's fine. But
What's that age group?
they're like 36, like 36, probably like, I think there's one that's like 33, like in their late 30s.
So, in your late 30s, why are you still working retail?
And especially like as an associate, that's what I mean. Cause like, you're kind of upset that I have to tell you things and all that stuff, but it's kind of like,
Listen, I was 37 when you met me. I came out of jail. I had younger people telling me what to do at ShopRite. I wasn't mad.
yeah,
I messed my life up.
yeah,
At a certain age in life, you're supposed to be at a career level or on your own business. If you have a job, you don't want to read. I don't want to be 50 years old working
I don't
at
want
Walmart.
to be, even though I'm a manager, I don't want to be like
No.
at my level. I want to keep going up and until the point where I could have enough skills, have enough like experience where I could run my own business so I can make my money, make itself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the goal. Like, especially with the way money is nowadays, everybody should want to have a business in something. Like me right now, on top of my like job, I want to like start either landscaping or some type of service type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just start it off like extra cash here, extra cash there. Like, that's always who I've been. And and I thank my dad for that, for cause
Listen, I'm telling you, like I tell all my young guys, your friends is cool, but it's gotta be a time of life now. Life is getting real scary.
it's getting
Get
real.
around men that's official. Even some of these men that's failures, and he's gonna teach you how not to fail. If you want to grow in life, you gotta get around people that's doing better than you, or they're on the page that you're trying to get on. You know, just the regular hanging out in the park, smoking weed all day.
It's not cutting it.
If you have a better mindset than your friends or whoever, you're just an idiot. Because you know you're smarter, you know you can do better, but you're doing the same bullshit, you're going to feel right along with them.
What I think of is, would you rather be that dude that ends up growing up being 40-something years old telling the next generation, yo, I should have listened to the people that was above me. Don't do that, don't do this. Or would you rather be the one that's listening to the people above you and not trying to make that mistake? You know what I'm saying? Because you're just...
I'm the first one.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of dudes in my neighborhood, old timers, and we was doing better than them, so we used to say F them. I should have listened.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like even though like I always feel like I just stuttered. I always feel like I'm kind of like moving too slow, but I'm still young. But I feel like I say to myself like, yo, there's so many things that people were telling me, and I was thinking that I knew it all, and I didn't. And I could have been, even if it's like a step or 3 steps or 5 steps, I could have been more advanced if I just listened. I think that's one of my generation's biggest problem is that we don't sit there.
You give me a picture?
Nah,
Yeah.
everything off, even myself.
Y'all don't listen.
Yeah.
So you think about it. That person at your job, that's 30-something years old, that's still working there, you know why they're there? They didn't listen.
Yeah.
Age got nothing to do with it. You could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old failure.
Yeah.
Everybody's not meant to survive in this world.
Yeah.
You're put here. It's what you do. And that comes from education, training your mind. Yes.
Work ethic. Work ethic sometimes can't be taught, But we should all, at this point in time, we should all want it. We should all like say to ourselves like, yo, because the girls, especially females nowadays, they don't want no bum. Like that's a sad. It's not even a sad truth. It's the truth. Like they don't want no bum. They want somebody that, even if you're not there right now, you're trying to get there, or you're at least gonna, like, even if you're not like making six figures, you're trying to make six figures. You're at least making $60,000 a year, $80,000 a year. So.
Well, I'm saying this article that I pulled up on Instagram.
And that's women, because girls, yeah, they want that $15 an hour stuff. But
they're saying your age group, girls want guys my age, and they broke that shit down. They say because we're more mentally stable, we're more successful, we're more well-grounded. Y'all age group are not well-grounded.
Yeah.
So you don't want that girl to be like, damn, I gotta settle for an older dude because my younger crowd is fucked up. No, you want to be the different one and show you, yeah, I'm young just like you, but I'm thinking like his ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if y'all can do that shit, y'all can win, man.
Yeah.
Because the average dude just smoke weed all day.
Yeah.
Smoke weed.
And that's a part of like my testimony. Like I wasn't kind of living the way I should have. I knew better, but it's like I feel like in my heart I had to go through certain things so that I could tell and help the generation below me and be like, yo, like, this is not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? There was so many times that I like knew to myself.
Listen, you can do it. It's time. If you wake up every day, like I told my guy yesterday that did the podcast with, you're 20. Say you live to see another 40, 50 years, right? What are you going to do every day for the next 40, 50 years? Are you going to sit around and suffer? You got life. God is giving you every day a new opportunity to grow, and you studying this, so you should know.
Yeah.
Look at my transition. Going to prison. You met me when I first came out of prison.
Yeah.
I'm not letting nothing stop me. If people in my life that's not on the same page, they gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta
go.
I love you, but you gotta go.
That's the biggest thing too. Like, and that's why some people don't pair themselves with people who aren't, even if you're not as spiritual, and it's not even spiritual, even if you're not as close to God as I am, or even like in just anybody, it's not like, oh, like I think you're, I'm better than you, and that's not every case, but like in a lot of cases, like the Bible does talk about not pairing up with the unequally yoked, and that has to do with anything. That has to do with people that are not in the same aspect of life, like I don't want to say financially, but like if you don't have the same goal, like if I hang around robbers every day, I'm gonna become a robber. If I hang around bums, I'm gonna stay a bum.
Yep. You can come back once you get your mission done and try to school them. And if they're not trying to get school, you gotta leave again. Bro, life is selfish. It's about you. And this shit, I've learned this shit going to prison. Everybody I used to be around, all my friends, when I went to jail, everybody forgot about me.
Yeah.
I became like a dead person until I came back to society.
Yeah.
And it taught me a lesson. Bro, you can't put your all into your friends.
No.
When you don't have no money right now, who can you call right now? You got no money.
Yep.
Damn near nobody.
Yeah.
So my goal is like, I gotta make sure my business is running. I gotta make this money. I gotta take care of my family. Like as a man, when you create a family, they all look at you. You know, people look at your father.
You gotta become the foundation.
Yeah, you're the foundation. A man is the foundation. You can't be coming into the house, yo, babe, I lost my job. Nigga, you had 3 jobs in 1 month. You're not stable?
Yeah.
This chick is gonna leave you. You know? You wanna be that dude that when these girls see you and they look at your social media and be like, yo, this dude never misses. He stays sharp. He stay fly. He always got a job. He got a career. Every time I see him, this dude is grown. That's the type of man that I want in my life. This type of dudes that women chase. They don't chase bum dudes, man.
Yeah.
They do not.
And then you know what's crazy too, like a lot of people feel like a lot of people feel like because they make a mistake, oh, I'll never be this, I'll never be that. Nah. That's like you have to be okay with making mistakes. Because one, if you made a mistake, that means you were trying. And two, if you make a mistake, you can capitalize off of that. Like what's to say that 2 mistakes, and that's 2 mistakes, 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, or 5 mistakes is gonna stop the rest of your 60 years of life and be like, no, I'm just gonna give up. Like what?
I think, and this is my personal, I think God made us physically perfect because we came from a single sperm. And now look at you, you're tall, you can run, you can laugh, you can dance, smile. That shit came from a piece of that looked like nothing. That's perfect, right? For the organs in your body, that's perfect creation. But mentally, I don't think we're perfect. If we was, people will be suffering the way we're suffering, mentally, physically, emotionally. So we're not mentally perfect.
And you know what's crazy? Like in that aspect, and that falls like in the Bible, it talks about in Genesis in the first book, it talks about the creation of the world, and then the second one it talks about, you know, going into the second was the seventh day, like chapter 2 is the 7th day, and then the 3rd and 4th chapters it gets into when Adam and Eve bit the apple in the garden, right? A lot of people don't understand that the Bible also talks about like that vegetation, like God cursed the vegetation from the ground. It's almost like if you go back to there, you'll understand why women's pregnancies are painful. You'll understand like when like if you dissect every verse of the like Genesis, it really does explain like how we were established in a way where like it's kind of like just like you were saying, like we had that sinful nature, we had that that nature that we're gonna mess up, we're gonna like all because of Adam and Eve. Like it trickled down past all of us, and in my Bible that's what you know I believe.
Yeah.
And just in general, I feel like because of the fact that we make mistakes as like being the millennials or like even just the younger generation and the generation below us, like we have to think about the fact that like, yo, let's make these mistakes now and let's capitalize. Let's try to make at least as minimal amount of mistakes in general. But like if we're making these mistakes and we're trying to like build off of them, we can help the next generation. We could be those people. I don't go for being that type of person that wants to be famous necessarily, but you can be that person that's at a platform helping other people not make the mistakes that you did or your dad did or your uncle did. Like, bro, all my uncles was in jail. My dad, God bless, was never in jail. Like my grandmother was murdered over drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned, yo, like jail is not fun.
It's not fun.
You know what I'm saying? The gang stuff it's not fun. It's not gonna get you nowhere. It's not even how it used to be. So it's just like you just trying to revamp what already died, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
So go back to the Bible. What did I don't know how it says in your Bible, but in the Quran it speaks about Adam. You say Adam, we say Adam. So it speaks about God telling him to bow down to Adam. God told Satan to bow down to Adam. He told him, no, your creation is basically weak. And then he went through his anal, or he went through his mouth and came out his ass to show him like he's nothing. He's made out of clay. So in my religion, saying that Adam, the original man, is made up of 5 different shades of clay. This is why we all have different complexions. And he ran through, I think his mouth, it came out his ass, or went through his ass, it came out his mouth. It's one of them. So he's basically showing God, your creation is full of shit. And he said, I'm going to take your creation astray. And this is how he came. So think about it. Since day one, the devil been here. So now you're
in any religion, in any Bible, the devil is real.
It's here. So now you might want to go to Sunday. You might want to go to church. And I come through, yo, bro, forget church right now, bro. I got the weed. If you come with me, that's the devil.
Yeah.
The devil's in all of us. So you got to be able to see your friends, your family, whoever, and say, you know what? I got this little mantra I say all the time. Fuck people. It's what I want to do as long as I can make the right decision and be able to see the right people to be around. Now, I like him. I like everybody, but you're not the type of person I really want to be around no more. Because I seen you 1,000 times. I'm trying to hang with this dude. I went to a ball recently for my daughter. My daughter had, my daughter's in gymnastics. I went to a ball, and in Berlin. Yo, you should have seen the people that was here. It's a million years that was here. Talking to a dude, this dude got a Richard Millie on. I'm talking to different type of people. Yeah. You know, I'm telling the dude where I'm from, he's like, what? You went through this in life? I'm talking to a million, and I'm just a dusty hood dude in his eyes. Yeah. But I'm trying to learn new people, meet new people. This is how you grow in life. Mm-hmm. That hood shit didn't get me nowhere but
like,
jail.
You shouldn't look at, like, a millionaire and be like, I want to be like him. You should look at a millionaire and be like, I want to be like me, but learn from him. Yes. Look, I want to see how he got there. Yes. I want to see what he did. Yes. Like, that should be common sense.
Bro, who the hell wants to live in this world struggling, messed up? You want to be financially settled, physically, mentally. You want to have a beautiful family. You want to travel. You want to wear nice clothes, drive a nice car. You want to wake up and just feel the fucking fresh air. Like, this is living. Most people don't get it. They're surviving.
Yeah, some dudes don't get that will, like, until they crash and they feel and they realize that weed ain't doing it no more. The chasing the dusties at house parties is not doing it no more.
Nothing, bro.
Like, once they go through that and they be like, yo, like, I gotta do something different, they fall into that path where it's like, yo, I want to build a family. And not everybody's built for a family, but I want to build like a foundation for my wife. I want to give my wife something better than my mom had, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to give my children something better than I had. Like, you should always want to.
You gotta gain. Not saying you, but you need it too. You gotta gain balance in life, right? Everything. My balance is I work. I'm consistent for a long time. I've been moving the same way with my business. When I leave here, I'm consistent. I go to the gym every day. Financially, I'm consistent. The scariest thing for me to say is I don't have no money. I know how to put my money to the side for my bills, put this in the bank, put this in my stash. This is my play money. You know, you organize. I got a whole podcast on that shit too, because I know how it is to spend all your bread. Yeah. You know, everything in life is consistent. So now when someone comes in your life, that woman, she's going to sit down with you. Men see a woman, the first thing he say, damn, she got a fat ass, she pretty, I want to smash. We're not thinking about marrying this chick. We just want to fuck. When she sees you, she really sizes you up. That he's always in the gym every day, consistently. Damn, I seen him come out that nice ass car. What does he do for a living? When she finally get a chance to speak to you, she's going to ask you these questions. She want to see your social media. What do you do for a living? How long you been doing that? How long you plan to do that?
And not all females want someone that's rich and they're not gold diggers. They want someone who they're not going to feel like I have to be the man in the relationship.
Consistency.
Yeah.
You've been working at a stable person. You can't tell a female I had 20 jobs in the last 5 years. She was like, whoa, he might get me pregnant and leave me. Yeah. She want to see consistency in your life. So that's why you got to build yourself first as a man. So when they come, and now you got the opportunity to be a little arrogant. My shit is good. I'm well-grounded. What do you bring to the table? Yeah. Because you might be a burden in my life. And sometimes...
And it will happen.
It will happen.
It will happen.
And sometimes, as young men, we got to stop chasing pussy. You're chasing pussy, but every pussy ain't good.
Yeah. Like, if the thing is I feel like with me, at least me, I want to chase somebody that at the end of the day, like, I know I'm I want to chase someone that I'm going to be able to spend the rest of my life with. Like, I'm not going to chase that one person that it's like, I want to see you Friday, I'm going to smash this. It's not like, that's gonna happen, whatever. Like, if you with that person for like, you're going to have all the time in the world to do all those things. Get someone who you feel like, yo, I can give them my heart, I can give them my investment, and because you invest in someone, they will leave if you're not the right grounded person. Like,
one woman could do anything for you. Your girl could be your friend. If you like smoking weed, your wife could be in the backyard with you. Y'all blowing down. It's gaining a peace of mind. It's one of the most important things in life. A peace of mind and consistency. Yeah. Because some people come in your life, man, and they could disrupt your life. You've been doing it recently with a female.
Bro,
disrupt your life.
I had 3 strokes because I was stressing over.
You see that?
The wrong thing.
Just like I told my boy yesterday. No one person should be able to stop your show. At all. We live in a world with millions and billions of people, all different type of walks of life, different religions, everything. Why are you letting one female stop your show? Yeah. No one should. No.
And some females are selfish in a way where I feel like they want. Is yours your phone number?
What?
Is your phone number?
No, it's my email.
Okay.
You know,
Um, like sometimes females will see like in my opinion like what kind of what I feel like happened in my last relationship. I put her at like I put her in a place where I should have put myself at. Like I helped her get the job making this amount of money and I'm just now getting there. You know what I'm saying?
She's going.
Yeah, and now she's gonna give that to the next person. And it's not a burden. It's not like I'm sad. It's that you're supposed to take that and be like, okay, now I know what to do next time. Because if you hang your head over that, now you're never gonna get over.
Don't dwell on that. Because you know why? She's shitting on you. God sees everything. You're gonna keep getting blessed. Everyone that shit on me in life, and I wanted to come home and do something to on her and dwell. Look at my life that I live. God has been blessing me. Even down to recently, me looking out for people and I got shitted on. My life never falls apart. My life always gets better. You see me on social media, my life is never, no one could, God don't put people in my life. He put people in my life for me to hurt. If they shit on me, they shit on me. But I'm not going to feed you before I feed myself. I'll give you some of my food, but I'm not going to starve. And that's what I tell my young boys. Stop putting all your all into one girl. If she's official, she comes a team member. Y'all 50-50, you know? Because she just taking from you. Now, when she walks away, you ain't got nothing to show for life. Now you got to start all over again? Nah, bro. Because females don't do that shit.
Yeah, there's someone I know that I've been trying to, like, you know, kind of, I've had my eye on. They won't let me, you know what I'm saying? They won't let me pay. You know, it's like, I pay. But for, like, certain things, it's like, okay, I'm going to pay for this. Like, I'll buy this, you buy that. You know, that 50-50. Like,
she showing her value system.
Yeah.
That's a road girl.
Because I don't want you to think I don't have it either, but, you know, I'm going to let you be the man that's going to lead. You know what I'm saying?
She's showing you a value system. So watch her value system. And then a lot of times you got to go home. You got to meet her family. Because that value system is coming from somewhere. That could have been from the mother, the father, the grandmother.
Yeah,
everything
and many
starts
different
at
ways
home.
too. Yeah.
Everything starts at home. So when you look at these foul men and foul chicks, sometimes it's not their fault. That's what they know. These chicks out here that's hoes, they're not just waking in the morning saying, I want to be a hoe. Their mother was a hoe. They never had a real woman in their life or a man. These dudes is out here wilding on dudes. You never had a man in your life.
Yeah.
So you came from family structure. So did I. I was just stupid. But I came from a household with two parents. Yeah. You know? So we don't really have no excuses to not know. You know? Now, we watch that girl carefully. She might be the one.
And then was also like our biggest as the younger generation is one thinking that our parents are also perfect. Like if I'm gonna sit here and be like, Mom, but I make mistakes. You gotta give me a chance. Dad, boss, you gotta give me a chance. What's to say that your mom and your dad didn't go through that at the same time? Like your mom and your dad are not perfect. Like I look at my parents and as I've gotten older, I like say to myself, I'm like, yo, like I really realized like maybe with my dad or my mom, with however like they grew up or whatever, like it's not they don't know emotions like I want them to know emotions. Maybe they didn't have that. Maybe they didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it wasn't like that when we was growing up.
Yeah.
Our parents are not emotional people. And that's probably where I got it from. I'm not really emotional. You know, this generation now, this day and time is very emotional. This is where the depression comes in, anxiety, ADHD and all that. That's forms of emotion. We never knew about that. I just learned about ADHD like last year. Yeah. Now I'm actually studying all this stuff. I studied all this stuff lately. Bipolar, I've been studying the crap out of it because it's new to me. It probably been here in the world, but my generation, we never encountered that shit. Yeah. This is some new shit. So I feel like people are getting weak to the point that they're tapping in more. Why is he so weak? Why is he always crying? Let's bring him to the doctor. Oh, he has anxiety. He has depression. Yeah. And now that shit is in your head. Now you're running around here thinking you got an excuse.
Yeah. Nah, because bro, like any of us, my mom, her mother was literally murdered at 18 in the middle of the street at 100 point. She didn't have that mother that could teach her how to be a mother.
But she didn't let that stop her from still going to college, getting a degree, raising 6 kids. None of us have been in jail. None of us are dead, God bless. And like 3 of us went to college. I'm going to college. My sister's going to college. Like it's not like we're better. And I understand it's harder for some people. And I know because I be dealing with a lot of people with different testimonies where it's like, yo, I'm surprised you're still here. But it also comes with like the generation. It's not their fault. It's part of it is low-key the healthcare system where they take advantage of people that are going through emotions and they want to be like, hey, you know, you have this, you have that, because that medicine is going to keep them rich. That you buying medicine is going to keep them rich. But I feel like at some point you have to say like, okay, I have depression, I have anxiety, because I dealt with anxiety, I no longer deal with it because I work on it.
Yeah.
But like whatever you want to say, dealing with it,
Yeah.
let's do it. You gotta try and like be like, hey, like I want to beat that.
You want to beat that.
I want to get off of it. Like,
Don't get rid of all that mental, what they said. I don't believe in some of that stuff. I think it's just you, the power of the mind.
Yeah.
And this comes from being,
with the label being able to excuse it.
yes, you want to be able to become a Satovic man, a man that's well grounded in his purpose. You don't want no type of time you can sit down and dwell all day. I don't mind is a terrible mind.
Yeah.
Keep your life busy.
That's
Work,
a fact.
go to school, work out. Like, yeah. When you sit down, it's time to go to bed. I don't like. I'm out the house 8 in the morning. I'm not back in my house till 9, 10 o'clock every night. I have so much things going on. I don't have time to be sit down and dwell.
Yeah.
And for me, it brings me back to prison, being locked in a cell and just sitting in bed all day, dwelling and thinking. I thought so much, I used to get headaches.
Yeah.
I don't want to think like that anymore.
Yeah.
Get into your purpose, man.
Because the devil will sit there and if you give the devil an inch, he'll take a yard.
Yes.
And if you that time where you're like you're sitting there, and it's not like keep myself moving and numb my and numb myself. No, it's just like yo, like if you sit there and soak in your feelings of I should do this, I should do that, instead of doing something about it, now you're never gonna get nowhere.
And I'm saying you can always do it with someone. I'm doing it by myself, but if you're not that strong, find an official person, yes, the same purpose as you. Yeah. Now you got building together. You got someone to talk to. Me, I'm blessed. Like I talk to people. I got 24 people to cut today. I'm gonna talk to 24 different people.
Yeah.
Then and then I'll go to the gym. Chances are, usually I got a podcast in my head in the gym. I don't listen to music like that no more. I'm in my own world. But I've been like this since prison. I used to walk around the yard and talk to myself. So I don't even need people. Like I told you, my man can fuck people.
Yeah.
I don't need them. So I became strong like that within myself.
Yeah.
Everybody's not on that type of page, so. Nah. Yeah, listen, failure is not the option, man. You can do it. Yeah, you can always hit me up, man. You're somebody to talk to. I'm here.
Yo, what's that? Before I leave, the shaver the balding shaver, the wide one. Where did you get that from? Yeah.
Okay, be safe out here.
Yeah. Let's see you. I'm gonna book it this week so I can have it next week.
All right. I'll send you the joint too.
All right.
All right, cool.
Easy.
In the Bubble is a mobile event space. What that is just say you have a party going on December, but you arranged for this party since May. The day of your party, it decides to rain, snow, whatever the case may be. It's kind of hard to, delete your party now because you already had it organized throughout the months and such forth. Your party can still go on. Rain, sleet, snow. This is a mobile event space that you will be inside of a bubble. It's kind of hard to really guess what I'm saying, right? When I say inside of a bubble. Yes, it's a blow-up tent. You're inside there. You're enjoying yourself. You're having a party in there. You're having an event in there. And it can be used for parties, sports nights, movie nights. Yes, movie nights. We'll put a projector in there, blow up couches, chairs, popcorn machine, slushy machine, and you can have a movie night. Whether it's for the fellas, the ladies, the kids. Will you could also use it for weddings, just anything that has to do with outside use. You can use it for. And like I said, you could just book this without worrying about January, February. Like it doesn't even matter. We got that covered. So now, when you book the bubble, you book the bubble in the wintertime, you would get a heater with the bubble, you would get a rug with the bubble, and you would get 2 floodlights for the nighttime. If you book it in the summertime, you'll get the same concept minus the heater, and you will get a fan or AC depending on the weather. Now, the way the bubble thing, you'll pay a one-time fee for, I just told you, for the bubble. You'll have the bubble all night. That price consists of all night for you. Now, depending on what you want inside the bubble, you would pay an additional price. You might want the blow-up chairs. You might want 6 feet tables. You might want fold-up tables. You might want an ice table. An ice table is a table with a hole in it, and ice, and you can put your drinks in it. It's really dope as hell, the table. You might want the slushy machine, the popcorn machine. There's so many things that you might want. So what this is dope, because not only you get the bubble, you create what you want inside the bubble. You create your own party space to your liking. Or you can look on our Instagram, or double the bubble, and you might see something that you like that someone else created, and you go from there. Me personally, I think it's nicer that you create your own to your liking. In the bubble is practically a new thing, so we're still in the works of marketing. We're still in the works of getting it off the ground and adding more stuff to it. So if you have ideas that can help us in the bubble, it's a DM, and we'll be gladly look into it and see if it could work for us. You know, this is how it really goes in business. Everyone teaches everyone. Everyone helps everyone. But if you look down low, you see a couple videos of In the Bubble, so you get an idea of what In the Bubble is, how it looks, how it operates, and such forth.